Welcome to my second annual Craftmas series. I'm Jen, the creative behind the Freelance life. During the holiday season, rather than my normal digital creative content, I've got fun, crafty, festive themed projects all month long on my YouTube channel. I hope you can join in on the fun. If you are new here, welcome, and if you are a returning viewer, welcome back. I'm Jen, a freelance graphic designer, illustrator, and educator based out of the Midwest, and I run Bella and Sophia Creative Studio. On this channel, you will find an assortment of design and illustration related tutorials as well as studio vlogs. For December though, I like to do my own take on Vlogmas, Craftmas. I don't post every single day of the week, but I do post weekly, and in today's episode, I'm gonna walk you through my process of creating foiled gift labels with my Minc and Silhouette cutting machine. I will be designing these in the Affinity Designer app on my iPad and prepping them on my desktop using the Silhouette software. I'll print them off on matte sticker paper using a laser jet printer, and this is a vital step as you need a toner-based printer for the foil laminating effect to work. Then I'll cut them using my Silhouette portrait cutting machine, and then I'll foil them using my Heidi Minc foiling machine. But if you don't have a Heidi Minc foiling machine, that's fine. You can use a regular old laminator along with some heat transfer foiling sheets. Let's get started. All right, so the first thing that we need to do and basically create is our design. I'm going to be working in the Affinity Designer app on my iPad. I've set up my file to be a basic 8.5 by 11 file for really easy printing, and I want to make sure that I have the file set up with a transparency. So when you're in the files like setup system within Affinity Designer, you just have to check mark transparency. This way I can export the final setup as a PNG file with transparency to make it so much easier to do the whole print and cut with my Silhouette machine. As for your design, you can be as elaborate or as simple as you'd like. I'm going to keep the shape of the sticker just a basic white circle that's about 2 inches in diameter, and I'm going to create my design in all black right in the center of the circle. I've opted for really simple shapes like antler ears, snowflakes, and some pretty script that just says Happy Holidays. So when I'm going through this process, I like to design one of the stickers in its entirety, and then I'm going to select all of those elements that are part of that sticker and go into my layer settings and group them all together. Once I've grouped the layers, I can just copy that whole set and then paste it multiple times to complete the number of stickers that I want to have on my sheet. Depending on the limitations of your cutter, you may want to adjust the size. Now let's jump into exporting and loading to the Silhouette Studio. Once I've completed my layout and design, I'm going to export my design as a PNG. So to do that, you'll want to go to the upper left-hand menu of your app in Affinity Designer and select File and then select Export. In your pop-up that's going to come up, you'll want to select PNG, and then you can just save it to your file system. Once your file is saved, you will need to send it to your computer. So since I'm working in a Mac environment, I can find my file and just airdrop it really easily to my desktop, but if you're not, you may have to email it to yourself or upload it to Dropbox or Google Drive. Once I've shared it to my desktop, I'm going to boot up my Silhouette Studio software, and I'm going to import that file and then place it in the middle of my artboard and resize it if I need to. So once I've loaded everything in Silhouette, because I exported the file with transparency, I can do a really basic cut and print setup. I don't have to add cut lines to my shapes, but I will need to turn on my registration marks under my page setup and keep my dimensions as is. Then I'm going to send the file to my printer, making sure that I'm printing it on my laser jet because I need to have toner ink in order to get that foil effect to work. So let's jump into cutting your file. So I'm going to set up my mat, and basically I'm going to place my sticker sheet and line everything up to the upper left-hand corner on my mat. They have some really great simple guidelines that you can follow. I'm using a basic matte sticker paper, and then I'm going to load it into my machine just so that I'm prepared. What you'll want to do is just align everything on the left-hand side of your Silhouette machine, and then select that little double arrow to kind of get the machine to feed your mat into it. And then I'm going to go back into Silhouette Studio and I'm going to select Send. I will select Simple Cut because I have transparency, and I will select the cut option, and you should then see red marks around your circle stickers. So now that we set up all of our cut options, we already have our mat loaded into the machine. I'm gonna make sure I select the proper machine in Silhouette Studio, adjust any last minute settings. And I know that sticker making can run into some troubleshooting, so if you want a more detailed play-by-play rundown of making stickers in the Silhouette, I have a really helpful tutorial that is going to be much longer than this right in my tutorial playlists. So you can just check out my tutorial on how to make stickers with the Silhouette Portrait 3. I'm going to leave it linked in the cards above and in the description box. So that should help you if you find that anything in this video is a little too fast. Now that I've cut my stickers, I'm going to remove my sheet from my mat and then I'm going to prep it to be foiled. So I have cut a sheet of heat transfer foil and it's like this really pretty gold color, and I'm going to place that sticker sheet in the plastic feed folder that comes with my Minc, and then I'm going to put the foil on top of that with the shiny side facing up. This is really important. You need to have the shiny side facing up so that it adheres properly. I have my Minc set to 4 in terms of heat level, and it's been warming up for a bit now, and this all just helps to ensure even application. And when I'm ready, I'm going to place the plastic folder into the machine and it will just automatically grab a hold of the folder. You don't have to force it in. It's just going to feed through on its own. If you want to make sure you have a really nice clean foil, you can run it through immediately after your first try. And now let's see what we have. Enjoy a little foil application ASMR. I love this part, peeling it away to see the final product. And here's the final application and the final sticker. I think these turned out really lovely, and this is a really fun and just a simple way to add a little DIY touch to your holiday gift giving. Okay, so that is it for this video. I hope you found this first Craftmas DIY helpful. And if you're not already, please make sure you subscribe to my channel and turn on notifications. It helps me so much as I work to grow my little corner of the internet, and you'll also get notified whenever a new Craftmas video is up this month or whenever I have a new tutorial or course or a new studio vlog up on the channel. Thanks again, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!